Hi, everyone. Okay, so just a few questions to start out. Have you ever smelled your favorite food or fresh baked cookies and then feel immediately hungry? Or have you ever heard the sound of a dental drill and then just like cringe at the thought of it? Well, all of this is because of a learning process called classical conditioning. It's a psychological learning process that occurs when two stimuli are repeatedly paired together. Now, you've probably heard this before and you're not realizing it, but it was discovered through a man named Ivan Pavlov. He was a physician who was studying the role of saliva in digestion. But throughout his experiment, he came across something a little bit different. What happened was a bell would sound and food would drop down and the dogs would see the food and smell it and salivate. And initially he was studying, why they were salivating. But one day the bell sounded and no food came out, yet the dogs still salivated. What he came up with is that the food was an unconditioned stimulus and the salivating was an unconditioned response. So this is something that happens naturally in nature. The dog sees the food, he salivates at it, right? Well, there was a neutral stimulus that he didn't realize, which was the bell. And then once the food was removed entirely, the bell became a conditioned stimulus. So now when the dog hears the bell, he salivates, which is a conditioned response. So it's basically like the dogs got trained to salivate at the sound of a bell because of what the bell was associated with. So now you're probably thinking, why do I care about this? This has no, weight on my life. But actually it does. Classical conditioning is extremely prevalent in our lives. Basically, like the questions I just asked you, you've smelled something that you really like to eat because you associate that with your hunger. So you smell it and you get really hungry, whether it's around you or not, you just smell it. The same thing happens with the dental drill. You hear it, you've gone to the dentist several times, they drill on your teeth, you feel the pain. But what you don't realize is that you've been classically conditioned to hear the sound of a drill and associate it with that pain. So you cringe even though you're not actually experiencing any pain. This also happens unconsciously in your body. For example, your pancreas is a part of your body that is in charge of producing insulin, which is a hormone that drops your blood sugar. Well, what happens is say you're drinking a soda and you taste the sweetness. Your brain fires neurons to signal your pancreas to release the insulin to lower your blood sugar. So here's a little fun fact for you. Drinking diet soda is actually a way to gain weight. And you're like, okay, well, diet soda, that's supposed to be good for you. It's supposed to be healthy. In fact, it's not. Because, like I said, with your pancreas, it releases insulin to lower your blood sugar. So when you taste the artificial sweetener in diet soda, your brain fires the neurons to tell your pancreas to release the insulin, yet you're not actually taking in any real sugar. So your blood sugar goes lower, which makes you hungry, which makes you eat more, thus gaining weight. So that's just a fun little fact for you. So basically, I say all of this to say that classical conditioning is very prevalent in our lives. And by understanding what it is and how we learn from it, you get one step closer to understanding how people think. So thank you for your time.